everyone, this is Group 2. Our group members are Ku, Margot, Catherine, Jennifer, Young, and Scarlett. Today, we are going to talk about the great philosopher, John Dewey. Before we get started, let's share some of our learning comes. First, understand the life experience of the philosopher Dewey. Second, collect famous aphorisms about Dewey, learn and reflect on Dewey's philosophy. Third, study the educational concept proposed by Dewey and find the meaning between it and realistic philosophy education. Last, by discussing Dewey's main points, using critical thinking to get inspiration from nursing practice. Now let's get to know him. John Dewey was a famous American philosopher, educator, and psychologist. John Dewey is regarded as one of the most prominent American scholars in the field. He was also one of the early founders of American pragmatism, and he is considered one of the fathers of functional psychology. Dewey was born in Burlington, Vermont on October 20, 1859. He grew up in Burlington, was raised in the Congregationalist Church, and attended public schools. Dewey decided to attend graduate school in philosophy at Johns Hopkins University in 1882. There, his study included logic, the history of philosophy. In 1884, Dewey received his Ph.D. In 1894, Dewey left for the University of Chicago, where he would become the head of the philosophy department. At the University of Chicago, Dewey would work to develop much of his viewpoints that have lasted far beyond his time. In 1904, Dewey would become a professor at Columbia University, where he would retire in 1930. Here comes some of Dewey's famous quote. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. We do not learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on experience. Failure is instructive. The person who really thinks learns quite as much from his failures as from his. Dewey's educational concept, progressive education. Progressive education is essentially a view of education that emphasizes a need to learn by Dewey. Dewey believed that human beings learn through a hands-on approach. Dewey argued that philosophy itself could be understood as a general theory of education. Pragmatist believes that reality must be experienced. This means that students must interact with their environment in order to adapt and learn. From Dewey, we can learn the experiential learning and teaching mode, that is, the curriculum and specific learners need to be carefully integrated, and the traditional motivation strategy must also be changed. Teaching roles would need revision. While teachers still had to know their subject matter, they also needed to understand the students' cultural and personal backgrounds. Learning as an activity that incorporated actual problems necessitated a careful integration of lessons with specific learners. The influence of Dewey's educational philosophy on nursing education. Nursing education must enable beneficial situations to the development of prospective professionals, favoring an education consistent with the needs of their daily work, related to the scientific, technical, ethical, and legal knowledge of the profession. Dewey's philosophy affects nursing practice. The way how a person perceives nursing practice determines the way how it is put into practice and how it is taught, studied, and investigated, affecting the professional practice throughout its range. In nursing practice, nursing should combine reflection and action, because it can open up new possibilities for nursing practice and can improve the image of nursing professionals. According to those content, we make a conclusion. Through group discussion and study, we have an in-depth understanding of the philosopher Dewey's philosophy and its impact on nursing education and practice. In the future, in nursing education, we should change teaching strategies to encourage learning in action. On the other hand, in nursing practice, we use critical thinking and practice in reflection. Seize the opportunity, look for innovation in experience, and form new abilities of nurses in the world today. That's all. Thanks for watching.